I came across this news from Vanguard that abductors collected fried rice, chicken before releasing Ekiti puppies and others. I say something is really wrong with our country. No wonder people are protesting, from the north, and the protest is going to spread across the whole country. So how could kidnappers start demanding fried rice and chicken? It is because of hunger. You'll be surprised that what is going on in our country today is because of famine. People are hungry. People are hungry. They need food. They need to eat. We are not talking about shelter now. We are not talking about clothes. People need to eat. Now, just approximately 1 year ago, Mr. P2B was talking about food security. He said that things like this would come to Nigeria if we do not tackle the food security. He talks about the lands in the north, how they will use it to cultivate subsistence and commercial agriculture and do it urgently so that they will be able to turn the country into production from, consumption country that we are. But a lot of people looked at him and said he is insulting the north. That how could he say that they are land wasting in the north, that they are not using for agriculture? That is one part. So I believe that if this man is the president today, P2B was to be the president today, here we have the solution to this current crisis about the food security, even before it will start. That one is one. The secondly, people are also crying about insecurity, that the reason why they are not going to farm, which have resulted to this inflation and food scarcity, is because kidnappers are in the bush. So if you don't have money for ransom, there is no need going to farm, because even your farm produce will not be enough if they send it to pay your ransom. So the issue of security and the issue of agriculture, food production, that is what P2B explained almost every time he went to television, and people were not taking food security serious. That is to tell you somebody who knows how to manage a nation. But a lot of people did not. Even till now, people don't still understand yet until they see the worst part of this food insecurity that is going on in our country.
All the economic problems you're facing, starting from your unemployment. You have today 35% unemployment with almost over 50% youth unemployment. So you have millions of your youths who don't know where the next meal will come from. That is at the core of your poverty. Because if you say that 133 million Nigerians are living in multidimensional poverty, is because of lack of production. That is the demand of your economic growth. The consequences that you need to deal with it. You're not producing anything. And when I talk about production, the easiest way to show that you're not a producing country is to look at your exports. Look at your food production. Ruben, our country is 200 million people living on 923,000 square kilometers of land. 60% of your arable land are all cultivated, and you're importing food. It shouldn't be. India is 1.4 billion people living on 3.2 million square kilometers of land. They're able to feed themselves and export agricultural products. You live almost on 1/3 of their land, and you're 1/7 of their population. So you have more land for agriculture. So we need to deal with issue. The uncultivated land in the north is our biggest physical assets. If you go into it genuinely supporting small farmers to do an agrarian revolution, which will lead to industrialization, because the entire value chain, which will be export-led, you will see a different thing. One is that, Ruben, you're going to create job at the agricultural level, you're going to create job at the industrial level, and by the time you do export, you'll be able to deal with the issue of what you're suffering today due to your rate of exchange. Your exchange is weak because your reserve is low And your reserve is a result of your export. And if you can export more, because of what I've just said now, you'll be able to stabilize that. Countries have seen their exchange come down by doing the right things. And Nigeria can do that.
Yes, I believe Nigeria can do that, but Nigeria cannot do it under incompetent, leaders, under leadership that doesn't even understand how the economy works. I could remember the question they asked Tinubu. That was during his campaign period. They asked him, how are you going to deal with the economic issue? How are you going to deal with the issue of exchange rate? How are you going to deal with this issue of Naira falling drastically below the dollar? He said, why are you worried about the exchange rate? Your salaries will not be paid in dollars. You are not an importer. Why are you worried? See, someone who talks and you know that, oh, this person doesn't have it. And people were telling us, no, forget about it. He changed Lagos, he built Lagos, he did all those things. I say, come on. We are not talking about future things. We are talking about the reality. What are we seeing now? He will go to, conferences. He will tell them that he will make sure that he slow down the economy. I say, does this man really know what he's talking about? That he will slow down the economy? Then, at the end, what happened? The economy really slowed down. The economy really slowed down. So that is to say that it seems that this man was intentional to everything he was saying during the campaign. Or what is his mission to Nigeria? I believe he has a mission, because everything he said, people were thinking, oh, this man is old. Maybe it was a joke or a slip of tongue. It has come to reality. It has come to reality. So if everything that proceeded out of his words has come to reality now, that is to tell you that it more or less intentional, everything he was saying, that he will slow down the economy, that he don't worry about the exchange rate, your salaries won't be paid in dollars, and so on and so forth. But when you look at these people, they don't spend Naira. They spend dollars. They spend dollars. They do their transactions in dollars. So you, the masses, you are in different world entirely. And at the end, we ourselves will still come to begin to, to support all this nonsense government. I think it is time, and this hardship is going to teach Nigerians lessons. It is going to teach us lessons to the extent that we will be pushed to accept the truth, to accept the reality, to understand that this government don't mean well for us. And when we will be born into that reality, forget about you people that are giving 50,000 to come to social media to insult the opposition, to defend, the APC government. When that money they are giving you will not be enough to buy your data, when that money they are giving you will not be enough to buy your food, that time we will know whether what you are doing is because of that penny they are giving you, or you are genuinely doing it from your heart. Everyone is complaining, the police, the military, even the DSS, all of them are complaining. The only group of people that don't complain, they are the politicians who are responsible for your pay. Nigerians, it is time to arise.